always thought I could do the directing thing later, and I'm glad I did because I understood actors a lot better. And so I was able to navigate that pretty easy.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What's amazing is I know you did Neutrogena commercial. You were the face of Neutrogena.
No, the voice.
You're the voice of
Neutrogena T-gel shampoo.
For how long?
Oh, it was a year. It was a year.
Good money though, huh?
No, it was decent.
It was decent.
Because you never get those.
Unless you're a big name at the time or something like that.
Or the commercial, Progressive? Unless you were the face of.
Oh, yeah. Like Flo.
Like Flo.
Yeah.
Or Dennis Haysbert.
Right. Or Arby's. We have the meats.
Has it been 30 years he's been doing that?
I mean, how much money is he making?
Yeah.
Good Lord. Mm-hmm. You were in Rocky Uncredited?
First gig, real gig.
Who was the scene with?
It was a couple of scenes with Apollo Creed, Carl, who just passed away.
Yeah.
And then it was supposed to be only a couple of days in his office. We were like his bodyguards, this other guy and I.
Wait, that you're in the office while he's figuring out what he's going to do?
Yeah. Now
we're going to give it to, yeah.
Now there was a couple of scenes, and there's a couple that I'm not in. There's a couple I am in. Then there was, we were with him at the rink.
Right.
At the ring when he was fighting. And that was really fleeting. But it was a great thing because for whatever we think of Sylvester Stallone, he really had a vision about it and he was going to stick to his guns. And I remember in between shots when he was doing the fights, he was on the table getting the massage and writing and rewriting scenes.
Wow. I mean, that guy is one of the hardest working.
Yeah.
I mean.
And I met him. I met him again 10 years later. 10 years ago, I was doing a movie called Shade. And it was a poker scene, and he was playing one of the poker guys, and I was sitting next to him, and I said, "I got to tell you something." And he says, "Oh yeah," and he remembers me, or he said he did, and I said, "Well, I just remember." I told him that story, and he says, "Yeah," he says, "Nobody wanted that show. Nobody wanted that movie. The producers,
nobody,
the direct. They didn't want the director. The studio didn't want it." And he said there was a scene, and I didn't know this. There was a scene that he really had to shoot.
Right.
And they said, "No, you can't have that." No. It was going to cost him like an extra $20,000. I mean, it was something ridiculous. And they said no. And he convinced them to give him one take. And if he didn't get it in one take and tried to do another take, there was a guy at the generator that was literally going to pull the plug.
Wow. That is
great story.
Confidence.
Great story. And he got the scene, and it was important.
Wow.
Yep.
Do you remember auditioning for Worf?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Was it, were you nervous?
No.
It was one of those auditions where you went in and you just had confidence?
Well, there was a whole thing that goes along with that. From the time I started, I went to acting school, but they never taught you how to get the job. They taught you how to act. And I could act, but I was having problem getting the job, the cold readings.
Right.